Alright, so watch what I'm doing. So, you're okay. I'm just throwing it out there. Any slack line, just let it go. I'm just gonna let it swing. And then what you wanna do is just get your hand up here because you gotta make up the slack. So when you do feel them grab it, you gotta make up all the slack to set the hook. And then once it finishes its swing, there he is. That time I didn't even have to do it. And then as it finishes its swing, just bring it in, just haul it in as fast as you can. Make it look like the bait's trying to get away from it. Another technique to catch stripers. But you need spot lock or an anchor.
So this episode's got a few parts to it. We first started off the morning by finishing up the stripers that we caught in the last video. Then we're going to be showing some catfish we caught in the middle of the Connecticut River. So I hope you enjoy.
There we go. All I had to do was slide over a few feet. Then I got into the bigger fish. This one's going back to the boat launch. This one got stubborn. He said, dude, I'm not going up anymore. Oh, whichever one. They're about the same. I don't think it matters. Right. This thing getting a rock? I think that was a bigger school of fish over here, Jake. I can't move this thing. Oh yeah, look at that, much bigger fish. Yeah, the current, Bubba. Man, this is a heavy fish, Jake. I think this one's 24. Oh, this one's definitely bigger. This is bigger than the last one. Woo! Dude, that might even be. Nah, it's not 3%.
4.5. Hold them up.
How twisty that thing is. Oh, look how fat he is. That juicy big body beast.
That's
the tail? Now, if you go from his tip of his tail, which I don't like to do, that's 27.
26.
You go to the 7. You go from the middle, he's 26. So he's 27. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Bass.
It's nice, you don't even have to work the boat, you just sit here.
I know. I don't have to run the boat, I don't have the stress of that. Better yet, we're not spooking fish, because we're running them over, you know? You know what I did is as it got straight, I brought it up a few strips, I let it back down, gave it a little wiggle, and he whacked it on the wiggle. I dropped him. Alright, watch this. See, there's another one with him. A little wiggle. See that? You see that? Funny. I didn't think he was that big. There you go, Jake. Well done.
Hit it at the end of the swing.
Yeah, always right at the very end of the swing is when they whack it. There's one. Man, this drag is tight, Jake. Probably why you broke it off. This feels heavy. Then again, I haven't caught one on a spinner rod in all season. The first,
better than you think.
I think this is my first one.
It's 22.
Yep, 23. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Feel pretty good on the spinner rod, right?
Yeah. Much better on a fly rod, though.
So on July 12th, we did something we've never done before, which is we tried fluking in the Connecticut River. Now we did catch a few fluke in there and a lot of pretty big sea robins, but the wind was terrible and the footage just wasn't very good, so we didn't show that. However, right after that, we headed up into the middle of the Connecticut River, try to catch some catfish to get some meat to bring home. And here's what happened. We didn't catch anything crazy big, but it was enough meat to make some southern fried catfish sandwiches.
I can't believe this fish is still alive.
So I'll give the floor over to my mother, who will show you how to make these catfish sandwiches. I'm sure you'll love them.
So these sandwiches are going to have tartar sauce and coleslaw on them, but I've already got the coleslaw in the fridge. Here I have about a cup of mayonnaise. It's going to be the tartar sauce. We want to do this ahead of time. Ideally, you want to do it about an hour ahead so it can sit in the fridge and get to know everybody in the bowl. But for time's sake, we're going to do it right now. So all I have is about a cup of mayonnaise, a little bit of pepper, black pepper. This is a little bit more than 1/4 cup of sweet relish. I start off with a little bit, and then you can add more. And then this is a 1/2 of a small onion minced. And you don't need to add any salt because there's plenty of salt in the mayonnaise. And then I just mix it up. And then I'll judge how much relish is in there compared to the mayonnaise. And we like a little bit more relish in ours, so I'm just gonna add the rest. You can just adjust this to how many people you're feeding. And then that's it. You just let it sit and she's good to go. We are going to now toast the buns. And I use either a potato bun or a brioche roll or whatever you have, really. It doesn't really matter. And you can use the same heat. Medium heat is good for this. And I just lightly buttered them, very lightly. And we're just gonna put those face down on the butter side. You can do this with cooking spray. You can even do it without anything, just to crisp up the buns a little bit, adds a little bit more flavor. Okay, so this is about the color you're looking for. And you're just gonna pull those off and put them aside. I'm not doing like a traditional deep fry. I'm gonna do like a shallow fry because You just don't need to. With catfish, they're small fillets, so you can use vegetable oil, canola oil, any neutral oil, and we're just gonna let this get hot. Here I have about a half a cup of cornmeal and a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I have 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of chipotle pepper, and a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. Don't worry about all this salt. It's the only salt that's going in to the recipe, and it's just going in the dredge, so not all of it's going to end up on the catfish. Mix that together. In this bowl we have 2 eggs and about a 1/2 teaspoon of chipotle hot sauce. You can use whatever kind of hot sauce you like. You can leave it out if you'd like. And we're just gonna whisk those up. So this is pretty much it. We've got our stuff ready. All right, we're gonna test this oil, see if it's ready. I just take a little bit of the stuff and see how it bubbles up right away. We're good to go. And I'm probably gonna turn it down a little bit because we don't want these to burn too quick. Although catfish are pretty small fillets, so you don't really have to worry about it. I mean, these are gonna cook really quickly. So first you wanna go into the egg and use one hand for wet and the other hand for dry. I'm gonna do them all ahead of time, or at least enough to fit in the pan. I'm going to put 4 in the pan so we don't overcrowd. And it's going to cool off the temperature of the oil. And it'll only take about a minute or two, about 2 minutes per side. If you have a really, really tiny fillet like this one, you can flip that one over. And the cornmeal will make it really crispy. Even if you don't get really dark color, it'll still be crispy. All right, that one's done. Take that out. So just like the last video, you take it out. You don't need to put these on paper towels like a lot of people do. What's going to happen is the bottom of your fish fillet or chicken or whatever you're frying up is going to get soggy. Just put it on a rack like this. And she'll drain off. And I'll just put my last 2 in. Take one of your buns. Put some of your tartar sauce on it. Or if you don't like tartar sauce, you can, you just use mayo. I just put tartar sauce on the bottom. I'll get, if you have a big enough catfish fillet, you only need 1, but if you have a little guy, I'm not gonna use that one. You just put it on there. And then this is the coleslaw. It's been sitting in the fridge for about an hour. And I just heap it on the top. You put your little lid on, and there you go. Southern fried catfish sandwich. And I probably should do a taste test for you, but this is a pretty messy girl, and I don't think I want to eat her on camera, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. So I promise we don't fry everything that we catch. So next time when the boys get me some fish, I will bake it, and we'll do a video on that. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.